Alright, so how y'all doing, boys? Hope you're doing well. Now in today's video, we finally have here the boy, or should I say the girl, SARIEL releasing. We were meant to get him last week. I was honestly not that keen last week for SARIEL, but just with the amount of like anticipation and I don't know, I've tried to look as little at this unit as possible when it comes to like showcases and whatnot. And I don't know, I am just way excited for this unit. This is of course the 24.1 patch notes, and I didn't have like a full read of them, but just at first glance, there's quite a lot happening in this update. Fairly big update, and hopefully if we keep on track, you know, with next week getting another update alongside JP, we should be pretty much caught up to them. It's pretty much up to Globe at this point when they want to do it. We could easily be having updates with JP. It's up to them really. I really hope they do actually end up merging the update days as well, because at the moment where I am, we get the global update on Tuesday, and for JP it is on Thursday, so I'm sure it might be a little bit different for you guys. But here it is, the SARIEL 600 gems in order to get the guaranteed, and the banner is quite something. There is a couple good units. I do believe you can get like Ludociel, SARIEL, but the two main really good picks, other than of course the Ludociel, is the Halloween Gotha and the Halloween Matrona. Unfortunately, I don't think it actually goes in depth yet about the banner in here, which, I mean, they have done a lot better job of actually, you know, discussing stuff in the patch notes, using a lot more like photos and whatnot and stuff like that. I'm not a big fan of reading. But yeah, so Halloween Gotha and Halloween Matrona, if you aren't going to summon on this SARIEL, I wouldn't recommend changing your decision just due to them. I really think the reason this SARIEL is so hype is because with the way the SARIEL is built, it kind of just hints at, kind of like what they did with Excalibur Arthur, just hints at a better unit, you know, coming out that they will support. So we're pretty much all hoping light type Mael. I really hope the whole light type Elizabeth thing is a joke, but coming down here, we do of course have the SARIEL skins. Honestly, I don't know how I feel about these top two. The fish skin, honestly, absolutely fire, bro. I absolutely love the fish skin. When it comes to stats though, I mean that headpiece there, 4% lifesteal, that is really good. When it comes to weapons, that hand's probably the best, and for the headpiece, probably this one here. It's none of them like super good. The 4% lifesteal one is really good. From what I've seen as well, or from what I've heard of at least, the counter on this SARIEL is really good. We might actually go ahead and jump over to this one here. Here we go. So here's the SARIEL's build, the Covenant of Light SARIEL. Starting off for the first card, we have a cleave card. Additional damage equal to 75% of crit damage. I think they are going to continue on the, you know, fact with cleave cards, mainly because, you know, at this point, unless they're going to release a unit with just insanely good crit chance, units like Barn and that just do not take crits. The second card here, which is I think the only counter, or one of the only counters, that 2-star assumes it stands for 2 turns, which is absolutely huge. One of the main reasons why I don't like using characters like Chandler, because like you're literally forced to get the 3-star counter, because the difference between the 2-star and the ones that, even though they nerfed the absolute, just the 3-star is nowhere near as good as it used to be for Chandler, it's still just not worth it. I don't know, I reckon the fact that you can just spam 2-star counters with this SARIEL is absolutely amazing. And the ultimate here, the first suppress ultimate, inflicts suppress damage equal to 300% of attack on all enemies. For every stance effect on the hero, increase damage dealt by 40%. And this counter obviously putting a whole bunch of stance effects. The character works fairly well. They've done a fairly good job of the character. The passive here, increase the 4 Archangels allies crit damage by 8% for every buff effect on the battlefield, limit to 5 times. This is the main reason why I think, you know, this character's made to buff the Archangels, increase the 4 Archangels. I mean, surely within the next couple updates we get a mile. I know there are a whole bunch of characters that we haven't got, like Grey Road, Fraudrin, stuff like that, but I mean, do you really care about Grey Road and Fraudrin? Let me know. The Grace here as well, which is a really interesting one. When the hero uses a skill, decrease all enemies crit chance by 3% and crit damage by 8% for 2 turns, limit up to 5 times. So pretty much just increasing the tankiness of the unit, pretty much just making this taunt card, or should I say the counter card, even better. You could also use this as an association for characters like Assault Melee, who really just want to be taking a whole bunch of hits to build themselves up. But come to the associations, Meliodas and Merlin, character most people have built out. But on that, we will jump back over to the patch notes. There were the costumes, there, a whole bunch of new holy relics as well. I do believe the Hauser and the Briamore ones are ones that don't require the difficult material, the purple material to get, so they should be pretty easy to get. The houses increase the hero's pierce rate, crit chance, and crit damage by 4% for each orb in the hero's ultimate move gauge orb. In the hero's ultimate move gauge, increased by an additional 20% if it's completely filled. I don't know, neither of these houses are really good. If you're using the red houser for farming, even, which I don't know if I'd still really recommend, the king's probably better, and I mean more people probably have the king built in all honesty. I just don't feel like it's worth investing a Holy Relic into him. I would honestly say the two best reasons you'd get this Holy Relic is for box CC, which is something I'm starting to work on again. The Greenmore Holy Relic increases the hero's regeneration rate, recovery rate, and lifesteal by 4% for each orb in the hero's ultimate move gauge, increased by an additional 20% if it's completely filled. Kind of the same thing they've got going on with Hauser. And then the Merlin increases the hero's attack by 20% when attacking a debuffed enemy. So once again, more reason to just have Keo and use them alongside a whole bunch of teams. Granted, you can also, in the unknown team, you do have characters like Jack of Light, Gothar, the Amelia, which you are constantly spamming those debuff cards. So honestly, a really good Holy Relic. Will I end up getting it? I think I might save past Melon, just because for like the first week I won't be able to get Melons. I think I'm like 1 or 2 materials off getting another Holy Relic, so I might save and get one like right upon its release. Jumping down here, we do have a bunch of bundles. This one here was apparently super cheap on the JP version, so most likely end up getting that depending on the price of that one. Maybe worth it. We do of course have the ticker bundles as well. I will be doing the one rotation on SARIEL. I'm not going to do anymore. I mean, I hope my luck's really good, but in saying that, I hope I can save it for if something like a Festival Mail comes out. The New Year 2022 Lucky Bag Bundle. Not too sure what this either. They do actually, I believe, show a couple more of those lower on down. Going down here, more improvements. You can now select more than 12 pieces of equipment at once from Equipment Salvage. Does it say how many you can? Okay, so 66 out of the maximum number of enhanced stones per single inventory size may increase from 99 to 900. Okay, that is honestly huge, because probably like 20 to 30% of my box at the moment is just those enhanced stones. I had like 6,000 of them at one point. I think my max I ever had was like 8 or 9,000, and I literally just ended up upgrading random pieces of gear. I used the gear things where you can just like pick a random piece of gear and make it, and just upgraded them just to clear up space in the box. Improved skill preview. The ultimate move animation will not skip automatically in skill preview, regardless of your skip animations settings, that's whatever. Improved display of affection rewards. Your next affection reward will be displayed in the middle of the screen when you enter the affection page through heroes. I'm not too sure what that is. I'm sure I'll have to see it to actually understand it. Improved hero skill info. You can now browse all the skills of the selected hero in the same pop-up. That's kind of nice. I do really wish they'd do stuff like that to the cosmetics. If you're like, let's say, go on the cosmetic tab, and if you go to weapons and then you press right to go to the next character, it does change it back to the body cosmetics. So I don't know, just small stuff like that. It's always nice that they're adding things like this to the game. Improve the scroll reset issue. Yeah, if you want, you can pause the video and read that one. New events, the new Festival 2022 Part 2, special missions, new Operation Scrap Sweeper. I do believe we have a new event in here as well, which is kind of exciting. Sacred Treasure Shop, Event Tower of Trials, an old school Tower of Trials as well, which is really nice. I do think this one is a rerun. And Event Final Battle, 3 Powerful Brothers. Isn't it last time we had this, it was Meliodas and Elizabeth, and then Zeldris and Esteros? It's still cool to see that they're just like doing something a little bit different. Going down here, I'm guessing this is for the final boss rewards. Play Operation... Okay, so no, these must just be one of the... In the top left, how you have like the big banner, just missions you can complete there for SARIEL tickets. The Operation Scrap Sweeper. So this must be a new event. I haven't actually seen any gameplay of this. Pretty much just Dokkan in Grand Cross. Rewards look fairly mediocre. Getting a couple costumes for some pretty uncommon characters. And nothing too crazy though. I might end up doing a video on it if there's like any like cool little like things you can do to get like better rewards and whatnot. Unlikely though. How to enter tap the New Year's. Yeah, that's... Okay, so this is pretty much just a tutorial on how to play on game. I'm sure it will be fairly self-explanatory when it actually comes into the game, so don't really have to worry about that. Event Boss Battle, 3 Powerful Brothers and its Season Shop. Pretty much going over the phase. I will of course do a tutorial on this, pretty much going over like free-to-play team, best team. They always have these recommended heroes at the bottom. They're usually not the best. I haven't seen any JP videos on this, so first impressions of the final boss will be all on camera. Going down here, okay, so no, that's... You can get 3 pendants. I mean, nothing too crazy here. Are they not giving us any costumes either? Okay. Why would you... Netmarble, come on. You're re-releasing all these costumes, especially for the Demon Meliodas costume. I know Demon Meliodas isn't like a super played character, but for people who didn't play it all the way back then when that originally came out, you're just not giving them the chance to get the Meliodas costume. I reckon that's a really weird decision on their behalf. all the rewards are like pretty decent rewards. You usually have like the harder Tower of Trials, or sorry, the harder final bosses, which look like this. And then you have the easier ones where like the highest rewarding is like top 15 or top 30, which it's alright. Fairly easy content. I'm sure it won't be too difficult. Pretty much using the same teams as last time. Or I feel like it's been a theme where most of the final bosses, you just end up using like a barn team or something, and just with the sheer amount of HP, you just get so many points that it's hard to do better. The cumulative score rewards. What is this? Goal achievement event missions. I'm sure this will all just be stuff that you'll like passively do as you're playing the game throughout the week. These are kind of looks like Hawk Shop missions, but the Diamond Reward Bonanza is not over yet. Complete daily missions. Maybe this is just tied in with all of our daily mission stuff. That would be kind of cool. I really do like the fact that they give us so many daily missions, and the fact they mix them up sometimes. It's really nice. More Brawl stuff for the Brawl mode. Honestly, the chests aren't really too big. I feel like Brawl isn't a mode that many people play. You never ever see videos on it because it's just not an interesting mode to watch other people do. I don't know, I personally like it. It's a good addition to the game. Daily task reward upgrade. Oh, okay. This is actually fairly big. Pretty much just increasing everything. Okay, that's fairly nice because usually they only do this when like a new amount of story comes that you get further in the story, and then they increase your daily rewards. That, however, is fairly nice. More cosmetic upgrades and more gems is always handy. Same with anvils is always nice. More skins coming back. I feel like these ones only just came back as well. We do also, of course, have the gem discount available at the moment. I'm not too sure when that ends. It might be ending at the time of recording this video, or the day recording this video, but if so, I would 100% recommend you guys have a look at that. If you do have any spare gems, by all means, get all the cosmetics possible for those characters you run. I would only recommend, especially if you're fairly, don't have the most amount of gems in the world, would recommend only getting characters used for PvE. PvP, sorry. PvE is fairly, you can get away with using some pretty janky teams and whatnot. The popular costume okay, perfect. So this is also going on for these skins as well. That's really nice. All of the most malevolent costumes, these have been out for absolutely ages, way back when like the original coin shop skins came out. These costumes are all fairly cool as well. The Moleskia I might end up buying. Other than that, I already have the Derry one, Derry Waifu. Down here as well, I have the Ludociel one, mainly just because I think that was the last cosmetic he needed to get max cosmetics. The Elizabeth and Sariel, I'm not too big a fan of. The Lucky Bag Ticket, okay, so it does actually talk about stuff you can do with the open all bags for a chance to get 10 diamonds. I'm guessing this is just going to be another one of those chests you can kind of collect and open, so nothing too interesting. These rewards at the end here, though, although they are like 5 and 15%, some pretty juicy stuff. 999 enhancements, 300 anvils, 30 cosmetic upgrades. That is all some really good stuff. More battle events, nothing too interesting. I almost always forget to do this, unless it's like one of the pendant ones. I don't know, it just completely like flies past my mind. And it's actually the last day we can do the giant hawk event, and I pretty much grinded the whole event in a couple hours, bought all the shops, so super glad I remembered that one. I swear it was meant to last another week, but because they're once again trying to catch up to JP, they're finishing some stuff a little bit early. But down here is all the ending event bundles. You can of course have a read through that. Goodbye Arboru, goodbye all the 2021 22 stuff. It is what it is, but we do of course have the SARIEL releasing. Oh my god, there's so much in this patch notes. And yeah, if you guys are as excited as I am for the SARIEL, by all means leave a like on the video. But that just about does it. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please hit the like button, subscribe. Really means a lot to me, and I'll see you guys for some more Grand Cross content. Also, just a quick reminder, if you made it this far, this is what we were robbed of. We could have got adult girl SARIEL. What a shame.